Welcome to Life Without Limits Worldwide. I'm Mr. Stepdaddy. I'm just doing what stepdaddies do. And today, what I'm going to do is talk to you about a list that I wrote down last night about the path of royalty. A man, woman, king, queen, aspiring king or queen. This is the episode for you because there are some things you have to understand about the path that you need to know. You have to know these things and be prepared for it. The path of royalty, you have to understand you're not part of the common folk. You've mastered yourself, your emotions, and your self-control. But before I get into that, please like and subscribe to Life Without Limits Worldwide. Please like this video. Leave me your thoughts and comments in the comment section. You have to understand the path of royalty often requires choosing responsibility over comfort. A lot of us are so addicted to stimuli that personal responsibility is uncomfortable. But when you're on the path of royalty, it's your home. You'll start to notice things that don't sit right with you anymore, and you start to create distance because you don't want to deal with that chaos. You become familiar with peace. You know, one thing that separates royalty from common folk is common folk are addicted to stimuli. When you become a part of the royal kingdom, you like peace. You become okay with solitude. You are okay being around people, and maybe you're not, but you're okay with solitude. You don't have to be in everybody's face, clacking and all of that kind of stuff. You'll be okay by yourself. And on that topic, for anyone that watches my channel that's planning on moving abroad, you better be good by yourself, because when you move outside the country, you have nobody. You are by yourself. Yes, you will have people you know. You may even have a couple friends, but you have to understand they went there to build a life too, just like you did. So for the most part, you're by yourself, you're on your own. You have no safety net. It takes a different type of person to be able to do that. Royalty. When you're on the path of royalty, some of the things that you have to expect. Number one, growth. Growth separates you from familiar people. When you become royalty, you start to think different. You start acting with discipline and refusing chaos. A lot of people will no longer understand you. They will make assumptions. They will make assumptions off minimal information. Not everyone is going to want to grow with you. You're on the path alone. When you're on the path of royalty, you have to be comfortable with being alone. You have to be comfortable with standing out, being different. Number two, leadership creates distance. When you become a leader, your mind thinks on levels that most people don't. You pick up on things that most people don't. You have a strength of understanding that most people don't put an effort to gain. Have you ever heard that phrase, you have to pay the cost to be the boss? And you also have to understand, a person that carries other people often don't have anybody to carry them. So they end up having to carry themselves and everyone else. When you become a king or a queen, you pay the cost to be the boss. When you become a leader, you also have to understand that you carry a lot of people, but very few people can carry you. You have the strength to stand on your own. Many people may admire strength, but very few understand the cost that has to be paid to earn that leadership. Number three, your standards will reduce your company. There will be fewer and fewer and fewer people that you are compatible with. The stronger your standards become, fewer friendships will feel genuine. The little slick comments, you notice it, you may not respond to it, Because as royalty, you keep control of yourself. You don't pay that stuff no mind. You're either elevating or you're just going a different way. And people are not going to understand that. Fewer conversations feel meaningful because as you grow, you don't like to talk about bullshit all the time. You want to talk about something that's going to elevate your mind, elevate your thinking, make you aware of things that you weren't aware of before. You want to learn and experience new things. When you're on the path of royalty, that knick-knack, paddywhack conversation stuff is for the birds. You become more selective on who you allow around you. There's nothing wrong with that. When you elevate and you're on your path of royalty, most conversations you have just don't even feel like they mean anything. Everything feels like bullshit. Like, have you ever talked to somebody and it seems like they can't speak on anything that's meaningful, that makes any sense, anything serious, nothing intellectual, nothing. But start talking about some bullshit and they all on it. They can tell you every angle of bullshit there is under the sun, but anything that means something, anything that could be gained from or learned from, they have nothing to say. It's all games and hee-hee-ha-has. But, you know, a lot of times that's what happens when you're elevating. Number 4, inner battles are fought alone. You know, some battles can't be delegated. You know, your self-control, your healing, your discipline, your purpose, your identity. You can't delegate those things to anybody else, so you deal with it on your own. Nobody can walk in your mind and fight those for you. You have to do it for yourself. A lot of people avoid this because they are addicted to stimuli. They will distract themselves with relationships, video games, drinking, smoking, partying, just anything to keep their mind occupied so that they don't deal with what's going on up here. Stay away from people like that. Not because you're isolating yourself, but because you have the power to handle it on your own, to understand it on your own. You don't need anybody else to understand. And here's one that a lot of people can't deal with. A lot of people struggle with this one. Peace can feel unfamiliar. Sometimes what feels like loneliness is actually peace without distraction. See, especially in our Western culture, like I said earlier, we are addicted to stimuli. We cannot deal with silence. We have to always have somebody around us. We always got to have something going on to keep us distracted so that we don't think about or deal with the stuff we got going on up here. We distract ourselves with relationships, booty calls, video games, concerts, movies, anything, Facebook, social media, anything but to face that demon that you got bouncing around in your head. I want to take a moment to talk to my people that are thinking about moving abroad. You have to master everything on that list before you move abroad because you have no safety net. You have to master yourself. You have to conquer loneliness because you're going to encounter that a lot when you move abroad. You're going to spend a whole lot of time with yourself because you're the minority there. But you know, you have to be solid in yourself. And when you move abroad, you have to be more solid in yourself than the common people. So I just wanted to share that with y'all. But until next time, peace and love. nice. Yeah, when I move here, I have to get something like that. All right, man, you take it easy.
Rushing on beats, got the jerking, open to the seas. Breeze is waking, but the clock's freeze. I just stay quiet beneath the sea. Coffee speaking, time in the streets. Hands like rhythms, slow and beats. Write the storm within my chest. Hear this place I won't regret. Sunlight dancing on my skin. Drums and basses pulling in. I am bouldered, my own pace. We don't need a overpace. I'm the dust of the barren pave. I'm not doing that you gave. That free step I didn't take feels like ways I never made. Looking down at the kid land, saw